I've been wearing red t-shirts lately. I wonder why. I just pulled up a copy of my ballot, a sample copy of the ballot. And I read it. It was pretty brief. And then when I was going through my other tabs, I saw Dominion voting. Dominion. My state is using Dominion voting systems even after the election was stolen last time. What the fuck is wrong with the governor in Alaska? He's supposed to be a Republican. I'm going to tell you right now, he doesn't impress me one bit. I watched the video of him. I did not appreciate his presentation. I don't think he's got any cojones. I don't think he's got any common sense. What the hell are they doing using Dominion? You want us to have faith in the voting system? You want us to have confidence in the voting system? In this bullshit you people are putting forward? They robbed us of our republic. So this message is to the governor of Alaska. You dumb son of a bitch. You talk about climate change and global warming, yet you're a Republican. Look, dumbass, the Earth is on a cycle. It's a 12,068-year cycle. Alaska ought to be an independent state, but with somebody like you running it, no way in hell. You don't make me proud one bit. I tried to vote in the primary. You're jackass people up there, the woman in charge of it. I sent her an email message. I was really pissed off because I didn't get to vote in the primary. But now I see it's still fucking rank choice voting. I really don't want to participate in such a system. The American Psychological Association used that, and I realized, man, this stuff is hokey as hell. It's hokey. And then the same thing goes on with this one. It's hokey. The Democrats stuck us with it, and you're the governor, and you haven't let us out of that thing, out of that piece of shit. I'm really pissed off. And also, I was going to email you to complain about the director of elections, because I believe that she doesn't want anybody who's ever been registered as a Republican to vote. And she calls the fucking FBI, who calls me and says, I understand you have some odd ideas about voting. No, I don't. And he says he's really concerned about voting. What a lying motherfucker he is. The FBI doesn't care about anything except their work for the bankers, dividing us and conquering us and covering up and hiding the crimes the CIA pulls, like whacking Kennedy. That's all the FBI cares about. Or covering up the mass shooting in Las Vegas. Yeah, the FBI covered that shit up. And also Lahaina or Maui or whatever the hell over there. Were they not involved in that cover-up? Look, I know I probably shouldn't be sticking my head up out of the trenches, but I'm putting my head and neck up out of the trenches. The FBI is a bunch of lying motherfucking thieves. I'm not afraid of those assholes, but I talked to him one time and he calls me back, this time with another special agent. Special asshole is what it is. Special asshole for the FBI. And he's trying to jam me up. Now, it called me a couple times before, and I checked the number out. It was really the FBI in Anchorage office. They don't know me very well. I've been in the FBI offices in Phoenix a few times, reporting the murders, which they didn't give a shit about. They don't care about crimes, especially crimes against men. Crimes committed by women don't matter at all. Yeah, they don't. There's no justice anymore in this country. Anyway, they have something planned, and in case you want a deadline, it's 39 days. I think that's right. It's not 29. I'm pretty sure it's 39 days from today. The shit is going to hit the fan. Now, today is the 25th of October. which gives us what? New Year's Day? You're not in my phone book. You're going to leave a message. I got to change my outgoing message because even though it's written tongue-in-cheek and kind of funny, they don't tolerate that stuff anymore. They don't tolerate humor. They don't tolerate free speech. They don't tolerate absurdity and ridiculous. Because my outgoing message for quite a while has been, if I was president of the United States, I'd send SEAL Team 6 after the judge that made it legal for those assholes to bother me on my cell phone. Yeah, that judge needs to be hauled off in irons, leg irons, hand irons. Everybody should be able to watch that. You can't do that to people. So I'm screening the calls, and the outgoing message is going to go, if you don't show up in my phone with this number, you send me a text message, and if it's important, I'll call you. And if you're important, I'll save your number in my phone and I'll answer it. But the FBI isn't extra constitutional. It's outside the Constitution. It was founded that way, it was created that way, and they didn't call it the FBI when they started in 1913, which was a specific year in which they targeted us harder than ever. They gave us a phony money system, they stole all of our wealth, everything. They stole it all in the country today. And then they started the Anti-Defamation League. B'nai B'rith did, because they don't want us talking of being anti-Semite, anti-Semitic. Look, you need to understand something, folks. The B'nai B'rith isn't defending Semitic peoples at all. They don't give a shit about Semites. They just want you and me to feel guilty. And the real truth is, we're Semites, baby. And a lot of them aren't. Really, seriously, they come out of Khazaria. Khazaria, you know it is the Ukraine. And they've got this little patch on their units, by the way. And it is the symbol for Molech, their god, the one they sacrifice kitties to. That's right. But going back to the governor of Alaska, he doesn't want us emailing him because he didn't want to deal with us. Frickin' stupid ass asshole. So I make this to you. I give this to you because you better not run again. You can't run a state like this if you're not going to be communicative. Then you need to fucking get out of office. Mike Dunleavy, Republican Party. There's only a one-party system. It's duplicitous, to say the least. Duplicity. Two of them. Two of the assholes. Two wings of the same dirty fucking bird. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm pissed off. Mike Dunleavy, this is my message to you. What the hell are we doing using Dominion voting systems? And then we have this stupid thing where you let the Democrats steal the election last time, so we got stuck with the fucking wicked witch of the West, Murkowski. We didn't want her. We never wanted her. Yes, we wanted her father, Frank Murkowski, but he appointed that bitch daughter of his to his office when he became governor. Wally Hickel was a better governor. There were other governors who were far better. Wow. 12th governor. You know something, we really should be an independent state. And just so you know, because I know you're not going to listen to this shit unless somebody sends it to you. Just so that you know, Alaska's got the biggest well in the world. We kept it up because the feds made us do that in 1974. I try to explain this to people, but they're so busy with their love of themselves, wanting to hear themselves speak, that they don't understand me. Even the intelligent ones, especially the ones who worship Trump, They have no idea as to what he's really about and what's really going on and what's really happening. Gull Island, 1974. The engineers partied for 2 weeks with everybody because they hit pay dirt. The back pressure indicated 3 centuries worth of oil. 3 centuries worth that we can't even bring to market in 3 centuries because the pipeline only carries 1/5 of the oil volume that we use in the country, which it's not up to. They're trying to destroy it on us because they want to cause trouble and havoc. And don't worry, it's not fossil fuel. And the earth produces that stuff all of the time. It has to, because it's an insulator in the giant magnetic engine that it is. And you think this global warming is going on. I got news for you, buddy. 12,068 years. That's an earth age. That's a day of the Lord. That's when all hell breaks loose. And we need every bit of that oil that we can get out of the ground and store up. It's going to be good for the average guy around the planet because it'll bring the prices down for everybody. It will allow us to have a bit of peace on the earth for a little bit till the assholes you work for, the ones who control you, who you don't even understand, you don't know what the hell's going on. Alaska should be independent. The feds don't do us any good. We should throw their asses out. They mishandle everything. We have gold, copper, silver. We have the materials. And they keep on coming up and taking it from us and not giving us anything for it, not putting our people to work. But we should. We're going to need the silver because Mexico's going to monetize it. And Mexico is going to be wealthier than the United States. But if Alaska was to become independent, it would settle something. That is that Russia really owns us. Abraham Lincoln leased us from Russia. And we should move that capital. Not up to Anchorage, not up to Wasilla, not up to Willow, but right back to where the Russians had it in Sitka. And we should have an international park as the sovereign nation of Alaska. And we should have that park, we should feature in that park full-size, life-size bronze statues of the men and women who have prevented nuclear war during the last few decades. There's at least 2 Russians that belong there. The submariner, weapons officer who disagreed with everybody else, all the other officers anyway, and he didn't want to launch. And the other fellow over there in about 1985 who stopped nuclear war that they that they demoted, that they not only should we do that, but let's promote him. He was just a colonel. And he didn't like it when they hauled him before the United Nations to worship his butt. And he stammered and he told them, I'm not a hero. I was just doing my job. And his job required that he confirm that nuclear missiles were on their way over. Because the computer system 3 times told him, you got to fire your nukes, buddy, because they're on the way over. And he finally says, nope, I want confirmation. And everybody else was pissed off because that means our nukes are going to be real close to them. But he was right. He waited. Nothing was coming his way. He saved us that day. Can we make him a general? Seriously. Seriously. And we have another gentleman on the USS Liberty, a Swabby. He scampered across the deck under I think it was whatever it was we gave the Israelis and the jets we gave them, they were firing. Yes, with our jets, they were firing on the USS Liberty. And he scampered across the deck and grabbed the two ends of the wire and put them together so they could get off the 4th Mayday. Got off 3 Maydays. He got off the 4th Mayday. And because of that, they backed off of nuclear war that we were going to start on a false flag. That's right. So, Governor Dunleavy, do yourself a favor. Stop using Dominion voting. Order it. Make it an order. Go back to paper ballots and set an example. And none of this other bullshit undermining the will of the people like you folks do up there. May Yahweh bless